Hello class! Today's lesson is on height and distance. At the end of the class, you should be able to measure the heights of people, buildings and trees, and measure distance. It's Inter-House Sports Day at South Stars Academy. Bala won first place in the 400-meter race. This means he ran around the perimeter of the football field once. But how can we be sure that the perimeter of the football field is actually 400 meters? By measuring it. We can use a measuring tape like this one to measure the length of the football field. And this is a basic way of measuring distances. Let's say the full length of this measuring tape is 8 centimeters. Do you know how many times we will have to measure to get 400 centimeters? That's right! We will have to measure 50 times before we can completely measure 400 centimeters using an 8-meter measuring tape. How do we know this? We divide the total distance by the length of the tape. That is 400 divided by 8. And that's how we arrived at 50. Demilade wants to pluck a ripe mango from a high branch, and there are 3 ladders in her house. Which ladder do you think will help her reach the mango? The ladder of 16 feet, the ladder of 6 feet, or the ladder of 12 feet? That's right, the ladder of 12 feet. When we say 12 feet, what do we mean? Well, if we lay the ladder on the ground and we use our feet to walk in a straight line beside it, the length of the ladder will be equal to 12 steps. We can apply this to height as well. If we lean uprightly on a wall, we can use a shoe to measure how tall we are. For example, Chimezie is 6 feet tall and Adebola is 5 feet tall. Other than a measuring tape and feet, we can also use a meter rule to measure things. A meter rule is a ruler that's exactly 1 meter in length. We usually use it to measure objects that are less than 1 meter long, but we can also use it to measure things longer than a meter. For example, this flower vase is less than a meter in length. In fact, the height of this vase is 0.25 meters. How many vases will we need to stack to reach the height of the meter rule? That's right, 4. Since the meter rule is 1 meter long and the vase is 0.25 meters long, we simply divide 1 meter by 0.25 meters, and that gives us 4. Let's look at our final example. Jide kicked a ball far away. All his teammates were shocked at how far the ball went. They want to know how far the ball is from their pitch. Do you know what instrument they can use other than the meter rule, the measuring tape, and the feet? They can use an instrument called the click wheel. Some people call it the surveyor's wheel. It is used to find the rough distance between one place and another on a flat surface. When you make one full rotation, it measures 1 meter. So if Jide makes 10 full rotations between the ball and the pitch using the click wheel, it means the ball landed 10 meters away from the pitch. We have now come to the end of the lesson. Today, we learned how to measure the heights of objects and people. We also learned how to measure distances using something called a click wheel. Now, it's assessment time. See you in the next lesson.